pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
A little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone watching from across every country in the United States. Welcome to JTN for tonight's showing of the second annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race. I'm Austin Spencer, replacing Joe Townetwork, who is out of the office this week, and with me, the one and only Ricky Collette. Ricky, how you doing this evening?
Austin, I'm doing good there. I'm glad you said your name again to remind me. I almost called you Joe. I was getting ready on that. But been a little while. Glad to be back here tonight on JTN. Going to be doing a great night of racing here with a Bomb Squad. Like you said, the Danny Hardee Memorial tonight. Remembering Danny Hardee here. These guys are going to be running a nice, long, cool 167 lap race tonight here. Should be a fun one here, Austin. Texas always puts on a great show, and Bomb Squad always puts on some great races.
Yeah, that's right. Bomb Squad electing to use the greater version of this track, being the original Texas, before they butchered it with all those chemicals and stuff. So yeah, Bomb Squad, obviously, friend of the show, dear friends of the show. They know how to put on a show for us to give you, the fans at home, a show as well. Yeah, it definitely should be a good one, a nice long race. We're going to see a lot of different strategies, I think. And, of course, racing for a great man, Danny Hardee. Obviously, I didn't personally know him very well, but, I mean, if you're in the NR community, you know who he is, and his impact has been substantial and will be forever on this community. So as we wrap up qualifying here shortly, Ricky, what are you thinking as a driver? I mean, obviously this is a big race feel, and it is Danny's birthday today, which is why it's being run today. So it's just a big race for everybody involved. So what's the mindset here as you're qualifying, finishing up qualifying? We're less than 10 minutes from the drop of that green flag.
Oh no, like you said, big race. You definitely you want to be the one to win tonight. I think everyone out here wants to win this for Danny tonight. But so I think these guys are gonna be racing just a little bit harder with this big field, like you said. Texas, not a bad track to get around in terms of a big pack. There's a lot of places to make room, make your moves on this old version of Texas. The trick is, though, that big pack can also mean a big calamity. You know, in Texas, we've seen it so many times over the years. No matter what way they shape this mile-and-a-half track, it always seems to bring itself trouble. And that goes for sim racing or real life. And you can kind of almost get like a big one here. Something reminiscent you see at Super Speedway. We've come here so many times in Texas on JTN, different leagues, different series. More than I could count on two hands. Probably 11. And every single time that we come here, it's just like it's madness. As you see, these guys all forming up, getting ready to do a 3-wide tribute lap to Danny Hardee.
That's right, led by HB Hardee, Danny's son, the winner of this race last year, the first annual. And we will honor a moment of silence as these guys get formed up into their 3-wide salute before we kick off tonight's events. Thank you for joining us in that moment of silence for Danny Hardee. Something very special that the guys here at BSR put together in his honor. With that being said, Ricky, would you like to take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With pleasure, Austin. For tonight's race here at the Texas Motor Speedway, going to be starting with a field of sorry, I'm just doing that math out in my head. 23 cars starting tonight. 23 cars going to be starting here tonight, and sitting on pole at a time of 27.526 seconds in the 193 car is going to be the Ford of BSR Ricky J. Joining on the outside line is going to be old KJ BSR Kilojoules at 029 car. HP Hardee, who just led us on that tribute lap there, winner of last year's event, going to be starting from the number 3 spot, and car number 3 number. BSR Mac Daddy, Keith McLean, the 28 car, going to be rolling off of that 4th position, and rounding out the top 5 is going to be Brian Voiles in the 68 car. Spot number 6 goes to the 22 machine of Rick Craddock, with BSR Nelly in the 103 car starting 7th. BSR Silver Bullet in the 4 machine will be rolling off the 8th spot. 9th position goes to the 66 machine of Terry Scott. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be Randy Waugh in the 21 car. Spot number 11 goes to car 033. That's going to be piloted this evening by Jeff Goodpaster. And Greg Lovell in the 088 car going to be rolling off for the 12th position. Lovell in that 088 car, last car taking time in qualifying here, starting to grid on track, so I'll try to speed this up. Billy Ellisor, A7, 13th. BSR RJ Rusty in the 2 car, be 14th. 15th goes to Magoo in the 144. 16th, Abby Powell in the 181. 17th spot goes to BSR Miller in the 86. 18th goes to BSR Brain Fade in the 49. 19th, Aussie Bill in the 021. 20th goes to Monte Kelly in the 028. Steve Grant in the 011. Rolls off 21st. 22nd goes to the 091 car, Sean Dotson. And rounding out the field tonight, BSR Tyler in the 18 machine. Just barely got that in, Austin.
Yeah, hey, I mean, couldn't have drew it up any better. And Ricky, sounds like you haven't even missed a step. I mean, completely natural.
There. I'm not even sure if that was the right count.
It actually is, but let's go down trackside for the starting command.
Drivers, start your engine!
Alrighty, and with that, Ricky, we're ready to roll. 167 laps here under the lukewarm Texas sun. It's only 70 degrees here in Texas. How about that?
Yeah, the warm Texas summer of 70 degrees.
Ricky J on the pole, gonna lead us down in that beautiful 93 machine. Of course, BSR always delivering wonderful and diverse schemes across the board. I think my favorite's the 021, the supercar, the Holden. Looks awesome.
I think that 28's my favorite. I can't. Keith would kill us. Keith would kill me if I came out here and didn't say I like that 28 car.
Oh yeah, that's just a classic.
Now, also to be a note here, open setup tonight, so everyone keep that in mind when we're seeing these guys race, because you'll definitely see some comers and goers here with that, some long run and short run cars. That could really come into play here, considering how long this race is. But getting ready to go green here. Austin, you want to take us to it?
Yeah, here we go, folks. As we exit turn 4, the pace car is going to make that patented hard left turn down to pit road, and as they creep up the front straightaway, flag in hand, we are green here at Texas. Good jump on that inside line. Ricky J going to clear Kilojoules going into turn 1. Top 5 single out as they make their way through the first set of corners. A couple in the wall towards the back.
RJ
And what
Rusty around to
around!
the back straightaway, noses it into the inside wall.
RJ Rusty finds the wall. We stay green so far.
Seems like
Yep.
we're staying green here, Austin. It looks like track. Sometimes if it's off track, those officials won't throw that yellow here, and it looks like right now they're good with that. So we keep rolling here.
Yeah, just looking back at it, looked like Rusty got loose off the corner, and Magoo just couldn't quite slow down in time and tagged him in the rear, and Rusty finds the inside wall. Tough way to start your night, but he stayed on track, so must not have sustained too much damage.
Nose it to the inside. If that hood's not bowed up, they might be fine, but I don't see any considerable damage on that 2 machine, so might be able to live to fight another day here.
Yeah, just got to fight to stay on that lead lap. Those tires are going to be hurt a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, running a couple seconds off the leaders, those tires might be really hurt. We'll see if he can stay on the lead lap or catch a lucky caution maybe. As Ricky
watching
J.
that back up front here. Single file for the moment, but KJ in that 029's been getting a challenge here from HP Hardee in that 03 machine. For the last few laps, that 03's just been looking inside. He's going to try to make the move here in turn 3. We'll see if he's got the position. I think KJ's going to play smart here, but he's going to leave the defense open for the 28 of Mac Daddy, and the 68, Brian Voiles, might get alongside him too.
Yeah, that top line, not quite rubbered in. Hasn't been used a whole lot here in the first 4 laps. And yeah, that 03 is fast. Look at how quick he closes in on the 93. Just ran the fastest lap in the server the last time around.
Yeah, matched Brian Voiles' best lap from a few laps prior. Looks like a 28.210 here, so we'll see. Ricky J's been holding defense here, but he's been about 2/10 slower than everyone last few times by. That time ran his fastest lap of the race. Hardee beat his time by about an extra 10th just for good measure. But you see that 03 could just get that nose a little bit further down on the exit of the turn, especially in turn 2. You saw it when he made them pass on the 29 car, and that's a really good spot to have that advantage. It really gives you the opportunity to take that move on the back straightaway and have that spot on the inside to turn 3.
Yeah, it really bites through the center of the corner, and it gets a little bit of clean air on that nose, just a little bit, and that can help a lot too as he ducks just slightly. You see there about half a car width under the 93 through the corner, gets a little clean air on that nose, turns just a little bit better. He's just inching up to that back bumper. Game of inches here in the opening stages. Still 160 laps left, but these guys are racing hard.
Yeah, and also that 93 Ricky J might be a little bit loose. Almost seems like that rear end's like that. The car just, you can see it's like rotating just a little bit too much. And it seems like right in the middle of the corner, that's where Hardee's getting that run. And you see he's starting to track him in the draft here, but not able to make that pass just yet. That's a key with this Texas. You can kind of run all over the place, but the biggest issue is that low line is still kind of money in 3 and 4. You really want to be on that low line, and if you're slower, you can basically just block that low line in 3 and 4, and no one's gonna be able to make that move on you.
As you see, Rusty is going to go a lap down here on lap 9 of this evening's event.
Those
Tough
tires on
spot.
that 2 machine got to be absolutely destroyed after that slide.
Yeah, he's running about a second and a half off the pace of the leaders. So, yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it's like choosing which foot to get shot in, Do you stay out and hope for a caution? Do you pit and go 1, maybe even 2 laps down? Yeah, it's just a tough situation, tough way to start this race, but he's got plenty of time to get that lap back.
Yeah, I think the idea is just to stay safe here for that 2 car and just kind of keep the car rolling. It just takes a couple of cautions and he's back in the lead lap. Nobody else a lap down right now, so. But everyone's staying pretty well-mannered for the moment. Hardee's been staying on the back of the 93, but this blocking game, I don't know, this blocking game by Ricky J, just making sure he's staying in front of where the 03 wants to move. It's let Mac Daddy in the 28 car here, let Keith McLean kind of stay in track with these guys, zero in just a little bit. Made this a 3-car fight here up the front.
Yeah, now is where we'll really start to see that the tires are at heat. They're starting to wear a decent amount. This is where we're really going to see who's going to be in control of this race, who's going to be fighting for maybe just a top 5. And for reference, these guys can go. Crew chiefs told us in the pre-race meeting that these guys expecting to get about 32 laps out of a tank of gas. So we'll be seeing if anybody plays any fuel-saving games, tries to bend the strategy a little bit. Otherwise, expect expect about 20 more before we see guys starting to hit pit road.
And also, the right front here has so much force on it. These guys are really trying to get through here a lot faster than what these tires can let you do. And they're just making the cars do it. That right front really gets worn down, especially on open setup. You can kind of placate it a little bit. So 21 Randy Wall just catches the wall a little bit off turn 2, kind of prove my point here. But this track trends tight. Unless you really got that car hanging out backwards and you find a way to start to burn up that right rear, you're really going to find yourself fighting with your right front tire wear for a lot of this race. And I think that's why you see a lot of these guys run really loose at the start, because they know that if they stay out there long enough, that car is going to eventually tighten up to a point where they might be able to center the corner a little better than everyone else on the back end of this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As you get along in a run, couldn't have said it better. I mean, the car slowly but surely morphs into a giant dump truck. Maybe some might even call it a bulldozer. Yeah, Texas is one of the least fun tracks to drive on lap 30 of a run compared to lap 5. And I think that's probably the point of the setup. Like you're saying, in the 93, it's rotating so much in the center of the corner, but it seems like it's doing that less and less, especially as the tires keep wearing here.
Yeah, and that might be just by design for the 193 team here. Ricky J might have preemptively knew that it was going to do that, decided to make it that loose just so that he could get that late run speed. Really hasn't made it so the 03 car here can't stay with him, but maybe Hardee's not leaning on the 93's back bumper like he was, maybe 10 laps ago.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder if there's any strategy here from Hardee. Just maybe he's sticking on that 93 just to get him to wear his stuff out. You always got to wonder when a guy's staying with someone but not passing them like he is right now. Got to wonder if there's some mind games being played there.
There might be. I mean, I definitely. Every time I race, God, when the last time I raced, but when I'd run I'd run a league, when I'd run races in NR, depending on where you were, if you got cautions early on, if you got incidents like that with the 2 where there weren't yellows being thrown, that was kind of my indication that, I don't know, something about the track is going to be a little more lax with what constitutes a caution. That does kind of start to mess with your mind a little bit, because it makes you think that it gives you the idea in your head that you're going to have to be a little bit more. It's going to have to be a little bit more substantial for a yellow flag to get thrown by the track officials, and you kind of have to preemptively plan for that and understand that that might lead to some long runs. That maybe someone catching a wall and nosing it into the inside wall, as long as they stay off the racing surface, might not actually bring out the caution that you need. It changes your frame of mind. It makes you realize that you do need to race a little bit smarter and kind of anticipate for a long green flag run.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've definitely seen a lot of... Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Sleep is hard to come by these days. But yeah, you definitely see a lot of give and take so far this early in the race. A lot of guys are being pretty mindful of their vehicles. We have one on pit road. Steve Grant has hit the pits.
Yeah, I wonder if this is, 19, 20 laps, so I don't know if this is by design. I don't know if he's pitting early or if there were some issues with that car.
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
you kind of see right now, though, this whole field's starting to spread out quite a bit. Everyone was basically pack racing earlier, and now they're all completely fanned out around this place as KJ and the 4-car Silver Bullet are fighting for the 6th spot.
And there must have been an issue on the Steve Grant machine. He has retired our first one out of the race here this evening, just 20 laps into this event.
Silver Bullet letting KJ on by there. He'll take that position for 6th.
Yeah, to your point, yeah, these guys have really spread out. Notice the 03 has even fallen off the back bumper of that 93 machine. Ricky J has opened up a decent gap, a few tenths, on the 03 machine.
Caution is out here. The 49 of BSR Brain Fade is down and stopped in turn 1.
Oh, man. That's
I think he money shifted there.
yeah, it's hard to say what happened on that car.
Maybe he didn't. I didn't see. I think it said he got out of fourth gear.
Might be able to hear it if we go on board with him. Oh, here in radio communication, he might have lost the motor.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Ricky, not Joe. I was the first one to do it. Dang it. But no, yeah, you heard it right there on the onboard. That thing let go. Obviously, must have dropped some fluid in the rear tires, picked it up, and just spun him right out and into the racing surface. So, get back to the action. Everybody is coming onto pit road here. Oh no, they're not. One person stays out. Who is that?
2-car Rusty. He's got to get. He's probably looking to get a wave around here.
Oh, and he's not going to get it because Magoo stayed out. Oh,
Rusty gets a lucky dog here.
that's true. Yeah, he's only...
Magoo is on the lead lap though. I think.
Yeah, no, Magoo's on the lead lap. That's... I wonder if that's a strategy call or if he was trying to lead a lap because he wasn't quite able to get the lap led at the line. He was 19th at the time of caution.
Steph in chat kind of confirming our point earlier though. Texas definitely eats up that right front. Let's see what Magoo's playing here is. I gotta think he was trying to get a lap led. Maybe he'll come in this time.
Yeah, we'll see if he comes in this time because that's definitely what I would think. Because on these 20 or so lap old tires, this restart would not go good. I can't think it would go any similar to Tyler Reddick's yesterday. Yeah, he's pulling down. He must be coming in. That's always painful, man. When you try and stay out and get that lap led, get those bonus points, and you don't even get it. Because then you just lose any track position you had. That's just painful.
Well, I mean, when you're running 19th out there, 23 cars, and one's a lap down, it's gonna hurt just to get that lap led, you know. Excuse me, now that yawn's spreading.
Looks like Magoo slid past his pit stall in dramatic fashion.
I mean, you know, you gotta make it a little flashy if you're doing going down pit road.
You got to.
So when we get back going here, BSR Ricky J in the 93 machine going to be coming back off on the lead. HBRD in the 03 car going to be in that second spot still. Keith McLean in the 28 machine still in the third spot. Fourth spot right now, Rick Craddock in the 22 car. Fifth car in line going to be the 029 car, Kilojoules. We got to give a little bit of a shout out here to Rick Craddock. Definitely kind of made his way up meticulously over that run. Was knocking on the back door of that 28 machine when the caution came out. We'll see if that car is a good long-run vehicle, because it seemed like... I couldn't tell if it was a 28 of Keith, if Keith was dropping back because the car was just ill-handling and that fell into Craddock's speed, or if Rick was faster than these guys. But Rick Craddock actually, I think, has the fastest lap on track right now. No, there's a few guys behind him that are a little faster.
Yeah, a couple guys in the back of the pack started running 27s. You got 4 guys that broke into the 27 bracket.
I think that that draft definitely gives you a lot early in these runs when they're still packed there too.
Should see one to go here, I believe, at the line. And we do. These guys will get all lined up, and we will be ready to get back to green. Want to say shout out to all the folks in the chat joining us. We got, what do we got? 17 watching. We only had 2 likes, guys. We got to get some likes on the stream. Subscribe if you're not already to JTN. Once again, shout out to Joe for running this for us. Cannot be here, out of the office. Made his way to the East Coast with me and you, Ricky.
Yeah.
Obviously, only...
with us in spirit.
That's right. Obviously, not permanently, He's still going to stay in Michigan, where he gets to beat an Iowa football team every year, and hold that over my head. But it won't be in the Big Ten championship this year because we both sucked this year. Isn't that right, Joe? He can't say anything, but he knows I'm right. We both sucked this year. Anyway, as we make our way through 3 and 4, we're gonna get our first restart. We saw the 93 was able to get a good jump on that initial start. See if he can replicate that and get out front of this 03. That 03 was definitely what seemed like the faster car in the first 10-12 laps of that run. We'll see if he can't make anything happen here on this restart. We roll onto the front straightaway. Pace car is off. Flagman is waving that green flag, and we're back underway here at Texas. Another good jump from Ricky J. Gets about a car length on that 03 machine. Looks like everybody is behaving well for the most part as they make their way through 1 and 2. Look at that 03 machine. He sucked right up to the back of that 93, and the 93 slips up the track just a little bit. Momentum going to be on the side of the 03 as they race their way back down into turn 1. Obviously, HB would absolutely love to win this race 2 years in a row. It's special to everyone, especially to him. And him winning it twice in the first 2 runnings would be incredible, to say the least, as Rick Craddock has taken 3rd from that 28 machine. Ricky, just like you said, showing some speed. He showed it in that last run near the end, and shown it at the start of this one as well.
I'm starting to think that's not a long run thing with Craddock. I think he just didn't have a great qualifying run. You'd say not great qualifying run, but maybe he just got a little further back on his qualifying run, because that car is definitely fast on race stream here. As you said, he's plugged his way up into that 3rd spot, and he's got his sight sets here on our leaders. We'll see if he tracks him down these next few laps.
Yeah, he's got some work to do, but these guys are racing each other. Even if it's not side by side, there's a lot of pressure on these top 2 right now. Racing so close. As we complete lap 30 here, 137 laps to go here from Texas. And look at that, Craddock just set a lap 2/10 quicker than our leaders, his fastest of the night. Same goes for that 28 machine. Both of them in the 28.1s are leaders in 28.3 range. And that 03 machine just stuck to the back bumper of the 93. A lot closer lap times around the board this time around. Looks like someone took a spin down the backstretch.
RJ did earlier, looks like.
It was the 028 coming off of turn 2, went for a slide. Did not spin out though.
Oh, you're right. That has Monte Carlo in the 028 car.
Side by side for 3rd. McDaddy gonna take it back.
Those two really have similar cars here right now, and Rick Craddock getting passed again by that 28, back to our formation earlier in the race. Right behind him, though, Brian Boyle starting to move his way on up here, get to the inside of Greg Lovell, is going to take that position. That's going to be spot number 8, I think.
That's 9th.
9.
Yeah, that's 9th.
Can't read numbers today, my bad.
Lovell has lost 2 positions in this lap. Wonder what if he got a little out of shape in turn 1 or something. But as we focus back up front, these top 4 are just under a blanket. And that 28 machine He's sucking up to the 03 of Hardee. We have got a race on our hands.
We definitely got a race on our hands here. It's a question of, can Hardee get on by this 93 this time? Again, open setups here, so these guys could, when they came down, they might have made some adjustments, might have put some tape on, might have taken some tape off, made some adjustments, tire pressures, and looks like Hardee's starting to drop just a little bit, just a little hair.
Yeah, definitely has come away from the back bumper of the 93 machine. But no doubt, I mean, we're now looking at the top 6. I mean, look at Silver Bullet, the 4 car. He's all the way up to 6th, and he is still setting really fast lap times. I definitely think you're right. First opportunity of the evening for these pit crews to adjust on these cars. The crew chiefs getting their paycheck. And yeah, I definitely think it's paying off for some guys. The kilojoules in that 29 machine has fallen to 7th. And look at Hardee right back up on that back bumper in the 93 car. Ricky J feeling the heat so far almost all 38 of these laps.
The top 6 has started to sprout just a hair, but they're staying in touch with each other.
Yeah, I mean, this has got to almost be like super speedway racing, just the stress level of racing so close, such small margins every lap.
O29, KJ blinking just a little bit. Right behind those guys, 091 is Sean Dotson and Randy Waugh fighting for position. Dotson gets that spot. That's going to be for position number 11.
And it looks like those top 2 are spreading, are pulling away just a little bit. And now the 03 falls back from the 93 just a little bit. Definitely interested to see how these guys keep adjusting on these cars, because they're able to learn a lot. We've been staying under the green flag for long lengths of time. The 28 almost caught some of the wall there on entry, as Rick Craddock's going to take that 3rd position back. Now the top 2 are really starting to distance themselves. As Craddock is also pulling away from the 28.
03 getting a little bit to the inside of the 93 there. Got that nose. It seemed like Ricky J kind of lost the corner. See if Hardee can kind of get an advantage there.
Looks like we're going to do a little bit of radio here. As we
Harry
work
Scott
lap.
to the inside of Randy Waugh. That's back at 15th spot.
We're working lap 44 here. And still, the 93 in control. He's actually put a couple car lengths between himself and Hardee.
Drivers, to your car.
We're looking similar to what we had last run, Ricky, where these guys race real close for 15, almost 20 laps, and then the tire wear starts to hit. These guys got to back it down a little bit, and we start to see some gaps in the field. And these these guys are starting to gap out just a little bit. As we welcome you back to Texas.
Well, we're back. We didn't go anywhere.
We didn't, but the fans did. They just took a little trip. They just went and got a snack from their fridge. That's all that happened.
.47 of 167 laps done tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. Ricky J getting just a little bit, about a quarter of a second gap here on HBRD after the 03 was kind of right in the back bumper. 103 of Nelly hit the outside wall there off the exit at 2, and the 86 of Miller also hit the wall, went way down the track, trying to correct that car.
Action all over the place. This tire wear definitely getting to these guys. It's a
Correction.
tough track.
Miller never hit the wall there. He just got that close. He was cranking the wheel, and the thing loosened up, and he shot down the track like a missile.
Yeah, these cars get evil.
Again, to what we were talking about, Studio 29 to KJ, get to the inside of the 28 here. I think Mac Daddy got tight there on exit. Again, just keeps happening. These guys getting tight on exit as these tires are wearing in. Be interesting on this run, because I think this is going to take us further into a tire run than we got in the first time, Austin. So these guys, a little bit of an unknown.
Yeah, we're definitely getting into the unknown, and who knows, maybe those adjustments they might have made are hurting now this long into the run. You know, something you did to maybe snug up the car a little bit, make it more stable. It could be hurting right now as we see the 29 kilojoules. He's going to make his way into the 3rd position all of a sudden. He's the fastest car on track right now, Ricky.
KJ found something during the last pit stops, jumped up to this 3rd position, slowly trying to reel these guys in, about 1.2 seconds back on our leader.
Gonna be interesting to see when these guys select a pit. I think we went green on, what was it, about 25 or something like that? 25, 26. 26 is what I'm hearing race officials tell me. So, yeah, these guys are in uncharted waters. We only went about 21 laps previously. So we're at almost 26 now. And no one has pitted yet. No takers on pit road, so we'll see when that arises. See if anyone tries for the undercut, maybe.
Heath McLean coming down on pit road, 28, first car.
I just had to say something.
Cycle.
All it took was I had to say something. He's listening. And Kilojoules has really reeled in that 03 machine. Only a few car lengths separate 2nd and 3rd position. See if we get any more takers this time around. Silver Bullet is looking for it. Looks like he's going to make his way, the 4 car, down onto pit lane. Greg Lovell following.
Gotta be careful not to speed here too. Texas, such a fast track. Randy Waugh coming down now. But Texas, such a fast track. You're 55, actually 45 mile an hour pit road. You get stung here very easily with how fast you're going, how much you got to slow down. You do not want to get busted speeding, especially with long green flag runs like this.
Yeah, the worn tires makes it really hard to make that turn to get down onto pit road and slow down. As we have a change in 2nd place. Kilojoules getting that track position, and I tell you, he's flying up on Ricky J. Big mile per hour difference through the corner. He's got a couple tenths in lap time. It'd be huge for the 29 team if they could get the lead going into green flag pit stops. As the 81 Abby Powell hits pit road. But gotta see, we're gonna have to pay attention to that 28, where he was on track prior to the pitting. See how much time he may or may not make up, as Kilojoule's gonna look to the inside, race for the lead. Could be our first of the night, and there it is. First lead change of the evening. Uh-oh.
Where'd he go? There he is.
Is gonna lead that lap. The 29 Kilojoules. Oh, he almost got the wall going into the corner. Really pushing the limits of that machine.
Now the question, Austin, is when do these guys pit? And also, is the leader staying out this long detrimental?
Yeah.
193's got his hands out the window. Ricky J going to be coming down. We'll see if KJ comes too. But, I mean, these guys that short pitted are definitely going to get the leap on them being able to be out here on these fresh tires for a few laps more. As the 193's coming down, HB Hardee coming behind him in that 03 car. And Nelly comes blasting onto pit road. I think he got stung there. That car overshot it. Was doing about 80 when it hit the line. So we'll see.
Nelly's definitely might be in trouble. You never know. There's some grace with these officials here.
Yeah, they're going off an average speed, so sometimes you can kind of cheese it. But KJ getting ready to come down for his pit stop here. Leader coming in onto pit road.
Yeah, everybody's in on this time around.
Oh, 22 Rick Craddock.
Oh, no,
sideways,
Craddock.
Coming onto pit road. He saved it. I think he
No
blew out his
caution.
right front, though, trying to get on pit road, but he's on.
That is huge for everybody that was on pit road. There not being a caution. If there's a caution, that would have been awful for everybody on pit road. As now everybody else is on pit road except for Tyler, who's coming this time. And yeah, as you can see, look at the gap, Ricky. The 28 is miles ahead of that 93 car.
Keith was one of the early pitters. That's what I was saying about this pitting early strategy. That being said, Keith's car is going to slowly lose those tires, and that's going to let this guy in second slowly track him back in.
That's right.
We'll see what that actually factors into as this run goes, because I think clean air does matter here.
Yes, definitely. But I definitely think it's going to be interesting in how quickly the 93 gains this time back as the tires fade on that 28, because you just know when you're on the undercut, every lap that everyone else is still out there, you are pushing as hard as possible. Much harder than you would if you were racing people after a restart. You're pushing to get everything, every half second that you can get on those fresh tires, while still maybe kind of taking care of them, but that does mostly get thrown out the window when you're on this strategy the 28 is on. So we'll see if he falls off harder, maybe a little quicker. It'll be interesting to see here in about 15 laps. It seems to be the plateau point where it starts to really fall off that cliff. And the 93 passed the 29 on pit road. They pitted at the same time, and Kilojoules gonna have to make that ground up. But think of where he'd be if he didn't make up that track position with that late race or late run surge, as he is still ahead of that 03 machine. Oh, and KJ pitted a lap later, so that could also be the discrepancy.
Billy Elser in the entry of pit road. No caution though, looks like. So we stay green. Looks like the car spun out coming off of pit road there. I'm not really sure what happened.
Yeah, just gunned it on cold tires and lost it a little bit. But off the racing surface, like what happened to Rusty earlier. So, no harm, no foul, no caution for the 87 going around, as Nelly clearly didn't get hit on pit road, kept that speed down enough to beat the average, and is looking good in 5th position. Just got around Silver Bullet last time around. So the 28 has opened up a 4.5 second lead on Ricky J, and there's also 3 lapped cars in between them. So that is just huge for the 28 machine. What a strategy call. And obviously we still have what, 2 or 3 more, I can't do the math. Yeah, 3 more pit stops left to go. So what do these guys got to be thinking? I mean, they just watched how much an undercut can do for you. So what do these guys got to be thinking when it comes to their next pit stop? Does it change your strategy, or are you going to stay committed to run it all the way out?
I mean, it's tough. If you're committed to it, you kind of have to just own up to the bit here. I think that if what stays green, you're going to have to trust that cycle. But Magoo got the outside wall here, slowed down way in 4 in the trial, still kind of off speed as everyone's getting on by him. You never know what could happen here, though. One caution changes the entire outcome of this strategy. .48 seconds, though, is the lead right now for Keith McLean in that 28 machine.
Yeah, we're not too far away from where the 28 is going to start plateauing and going to start falling. The hit pit road on lap 53. So yeah, it's been 14 laps. And right about 15, right about the halfway of a fuel run is where we start to see that fall. We should be seeing it soon. And Ricky J's done a good job negotiating this traffic. Not to mention, lap cars have been very respectful of the leaders, not just the leader, the entire top 5 and everyone else passing them. They've been very gracious with the room they give, as now it's just Jeff Goodpaster in between the 93 and the 28, as exactly a 4-second lead this time around for the 28 machine as we get to the nicest lap of the evening. And doing a good quick shout out during this green flag run to the family of Danny Hardee, his wife Jeannie, Uncle Phil, and everybody else tuning in. You know, this is a special event that Bomb Squad puts on for the Hardee family, and obviously, a little bit of a moment there from the 28. Excuse me, but anyway, very special event that Bomb Squad puts on Danny's birthday. Great to see it again this year after the first annual last year, and excited to see it in the years to come as well. As I mean, this is basically going to be the biggest race of the year, essentially every year for years to come. Like I said, top of the show, even if you didn't know Danny personally or weren't too close, I mean, every single person in the community knows who Danny is and understands his impact to the entire community, and definitely a member that will always be remembered greatly. Danny, we miss you a lot, brother. Tell you what, Ricky, 2 through 5 is looking just like they have most of the race. Very compact. It's just the 28 that they're chasing, and they are closing quick, running almost half a second a lap faster than the 28 machine, or the 4 dogs chasing him. The 93, the 03, the 29, and the 103. They are all running about half a second faster than our leader, the 28. Oh, and we've had 2 more retirees, the 021 of Aussie Bill and Sean Dotson, the 091 machine. They have both exited the race. Oh, Dotson actually wrecked, and there was no caution. He got a little loose going into turn 3 on lap 63. I'm being shown here on my monitor now, and just overcorrect a little bit, ate the outside wall really hard, and just demolished that 091 machine, and he is done for the evening. As we get back to live action, these guys are within a second of our race leader, and now only about half a second. Ricky J, he's looking to get that lead back. I mean, he is just flying up on that 28 car. There isn't going to be anything McDaddy can do to hold these guys off. He tries his best to defend, but there's just no doing it. To the inside, the 93, the 03 trying to follow as well.
Gotta be careful with Monte Kelly here in the 028. He's definitely gonna give him some space, but it's tight here at Texas. One little accident, you can make a whole bunch of calamity. KJ gets on by that 028 as well. McDaddy back to 4th position. Now Nelly's starting to rear down on these guys. That 103 car starting to make himself known here, trying to make a move on the 28. Looks like didn't get a speeding penalty on that pit stop. Still in this fight and doing good here. Looking to 4th.
Yeah, the 103 has definitely fallen off. Just about 6 laps ago, these top, what are now the top 4, when they were behind the 28, they were nose to tail, and now everyone else is kind of starting to hit that cliff and start to fall off of it, tumble off of it maybe. As we go through this run, and yeah, no doubt. I mean, this says a lot. McDaddy was able to hold on for about, what, 23 laps? 23, 24 laps. So that is going to be something that sticks in the back of the mind of all of these drivers. Everyone that understands what happened, everyone that has all the information. The crew chiefs are doing their research now. 24 laps is how long 28 held on to that lead. And they know how far back he pitted from and all of that. So, and he's coming to pit road this time. He wants to get that advantage back. So this cycle is going to be very interesting. As yes, the 28, he's trying to hit pit road. He can't get it slowed down.
Keith was cooking it there. He locked it down. Did he get too much? Are they going to be mad about that right side tires on the grass? We'll have to see. That was teetering right on the limit.
Yeah, definitely. You worry about speeding, but you worry about, man, if he didn't make that commitment line, that's going to be an even bigger problem. We'll see here as he takes his pit stop. The rest of these guys still spreading out. Ricky J is looking poised and calm under pressure, leading this field as we have completed 80 laps now, nearing the halfway point of the second annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Looks like the 28 does not get held in his pit stall, so he did not get caught on the commitment line. We'll just have to see if we get any official word on his speeding or not. I think his speed wasn't even that bad on pit road. Let's see, hit the line. Oh, never mind. He hit the line at 70 miles an hour, Ricky.
Oh, no.
He's. We're gonna have to see if he got that average speed down. Well, he stays out. Getting word Silver Bullet is coming down this time, along with Rusty. Rusty comes in, back a lap down. And Silver Bullet will look to pit from the 7th position. And for second, that 29 machine gets around the 03 car. Once again, he's looking great in a long run. I'm not sure if he's managing the tire heat right, if he's managing the tire wear, if they've got that car set up to adjust to the tire wear better. But he's got something. If this race stays green, we got to be on the lookout for that 29 car, Ricky. I mean, he is fast when these tires wear.
Yeah, I mean, he's been slowly clicking his way up through the field here, and now he's challenging our leader, Ricky J, and that's his, he was good on that last run, too, like you said, side by side with him going around this place right at the start of pit stops, and having that long run car might be a huge deal here for KJ in terms of what he's going to be able to do tonight. Still a lot of time left, 85-167 tonight's race, just a hair over halfway. But he's definitely making sure that Ricky J is on notice that he's there and he's fast.
Yeah, that's no doubt. As Montekeller is going to come in. He's the first car lapped down, so giving up that lucky dog position to come down, put 4 fresh ones on. Gonna need them. Man, this is just such a tough pit road to get onto, Ricky. I mean, everybody is locking it down when they get down there. Everybody. Magoo coming down pit road as well as Abby Powell in the 81 machine. And look at Kilojoules. He is there on the 93 of Ricky J. Nearly cut the wall on corner entry. Just pushing this machine to its limits. Greg Lovell coming down pit road from the 7th position. Race continues between our leaders. 29 to 93. And Kilojoules, he's got a great corner. He's looking to the inside of the 93. Will he be able to get there? Momentum coming off the corner favors the 93, but he's hanging on that quarter pan. Our Kilojoules into turn 1, side by side for the lead. And he's got it through turns 1 and 2 clear as they come down the back chute. Back out front as Nelly and Miller on pit road from the 5th and 6th position. Rick Craddock also hitting pit road from 7th. Here comes Terry Scott. He was the last car on the lead lap in 8th. As the leaders pass by once again. Kilojoules out front.
KJ leading this joint here as he's slowly starting to gap that 193 car Ricky J. Greg Lovell just took 4 tires trying to get on by Ricky J. Just trying to pick up as much time as he can on those fresh tires. That's the other thing you're seeing here too. A lot of gridlock here because when you got these fresh tires, you just want to pass these guys as quick as possible. That's going to be your best interest to getting lap back quick here, making sure that you stay in touch with these guys. And there's caution out on track. It looks like the 103 of Nelly is around from 5th position.
Spun it coming off of pit road, and that throws a wrench in everything. Holy cow.
Nelly having such a great night here. Really didn't ding up that car. He just went for a slow 360-degree spin. But man, oh man, look at that replay. Jeff Goodpaster almost wiped him out.
Yeah, that was really, really close, but...
Great heads-up driving there by everyone, keeping that clean and green. Well, not clean and green, but clean. Montekeller and Jeff Goodpaster doing a great job of avoiding that spinning car there and keeping Nelly out of the catch fence.
And the 68 of Brian Voiles also went for a slide coming off of pit road. But man, like you said, I cannot believe that wasn't worse because it definitely could have been. But let's see here. So we're in an interesting situation. We got 3 guys on the lead lap. One of which is Ricky J, who had just hit pit road as that caution came out, lucky enough to get service. So he's probably in the best spot. All these guys are going to get the wave around at least. Now, Lucky Dog should be the 28, I believe, of BSR McDaddy. Of course, KJ, Tyler all coming down. Hardee was on pit road too, HB Hardee in that 03 machine. He had just hit pit road as well, getting his service, so he will be on freshies. Miller will be on perfect freshies. Gotta feel bad for Nelly. Gotta come back down for 4 fresh ones as well. After that spin, don't want flat spotted tires on that thing. It looks like everyone should get the wave around. Kilojoules, Tyler, and McDaddy come off of pit road. Now this is huge for that 28 machine because it gets him back on cycle with everybody else. He was pitting so early. I I was really starting to think he would have to take an extra pit stop. He was pitting so much. He was pitting almost 10 laps earlier than everybody else.
Big winner here on those pit stops. That 18 machine of Tyler Mallon got out here behind the 029.
Yeah, well, it's only those two basically on the lead lap. I mean, Tyler definitely lucked out with his strategy. He was running it bone dry, and he hadn't hit pit road yet. So, yeah, him and KJ were the only two that had yet to pit, and they're definitely the biggest gainers out of this. Is KJ is going to get to restart with the lead, which he hasn't done yet tonight. It's just been Ricky J at the initial green and our only restart of the evening back on lap 26. But now we'll get to see what that 29 machine does in clean air. That'll be interesting, and we'll see what Tyler has for him as well. I've noticed that 18 car, we haven't seen him up front all night yet, but I've noticed that it seems to start slow, but near the end of a run is where it really starts to click, and he's almost one of the fastest cars on track by the 20th lap of a run. So still under caution. We got a few more on pit road, the 28, the 81, and the 87 all taking freshies. As we will get this all sorted out, but right now it's just 5 cars on the lead lap. And the free pass should go to the 28 machine to make it 6 here when we get 1 to green in just a moment as we roll through 3 and 4. Once again, I want to give a shout out to everybody in chat watching tonight. Got 19, biggest number I've seen in the couple of times I checked, but still got to get that like to view ratio up. Only got 5 likes. Oh, and we got 7 likes now. My thing refreshed. 7 likes on the video, guys. We can do better. We got to get a few more. Like it up. Subscribe if you haven't already here to JTN. If Joe were here, he'd be able to give you a schedule of what he's got coming up. But I'm Joe, and I'm not as prepared as Joe is, so I don't know what's coming up on JTN. But Maverick is returning soon in the month of November. I know that. As everyone's going to get a wave around. Oh, look at that! It's something magically appeared, presented by Scheme Haven. The upcoming races on JTN. We got the Fuel Grand National Series at Homestead. That's at 9 o'clock Eastern on November 6th. Let's see, what day of the week is that? I'm not sure. That is a Wednesday, so a week and some change from today, a Wednesday evening. The next evening, we got Hobo Outlaws at Nashville, 8:50 Eastern, when you can expect that one. And then the return of Maverick Night in America, 3 or two, is it 2 races left? I think it's 2 races. 2 including the race at Phoenix that will be broadcasted here live on JTN, the HVRL Maverick Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway, 8:30 Eastern, when you can expect that one. As we've had a shakeup here on track, 18 will be leading us to green. We come off of turn 4, pace car is off. And we're going green once again here at Texas.
Well, this race completely flipped on its head now as the 18 is leading here with a 181 right behind him, the 87, 68. The next car in the lead lap, 029 of KJ. He's a ways back here.
Yeah, and he pitted with 2 to green. That's why he's so far back. He topped off on fuel, so we'll be interested to see how that may affect things down the line here. Yeah, absolutely. This race completely turned on its head. We got guys racing in traffic they haven't had to race in all night. And the 93 around with the 21 machine of Randy Waugh. That's going to bring out the caution once again. I was just talking how the 93 hasn't had to race around a bunch of guys all night. He's been out front, and he's around the 21 who just gets loose and into the 93. That is a tough break for the 93 driver, Ricky J. You'll see it here off of turn 2. 21 just gets a little loose on those cold tires, and obviously nowhere for Ricky J to go. Just wrong place at the wrong time, and the 21 with heavy damage on that Alabama Dodge Charger.
And, that's got to be frustrating, too, after being up front all night for Ricky J, that he is now caught in an incident. You're going to be doing an onboard with them.
And you can see it start to step out a little bit, and then on the exit of the corner, just not much you can do once it gets that sideways, and then Ricky just nowhere to go. Tough break for Randy Waugh, too. Had a lot of speed in that 21 machine, but that will put a damper on his evening, no doubt. Another retiree, by the way, for the evening, Rusty, out of this one in the number 2 machine. See all the lead lap guys coming down pit road. See how much damage there is to fix on that 93 car.
It doesn't look like there's a ton. The bright side is he hit pretty flat with the wall. You just don't want to get nose damage into...
Right, nose damage and rear clip damage are what you want to avoid, and I'm pretty sure he avoided both of those, so... Yeah, I think it should be pretty good. Definitely was on pit road a little bit of extra time, but nothing crazy, so yeah, I think his car should be okay. And we'll see a bunch more guys get the wave around. It should be, let's see, I missed who was going to get the free pass. I believe it'll be the 68 machine of Brian Voiles was first a lap down. But this is a great break for all those guys who got caught on the other side of the strategies, as they should all pretty much get the wave around here. And we will be back to mostly normal. It's the 86 of Miller who inherits the lead.
Looks like he's going to keep it.
Yeah, did he pit? No, he did. Oh, he went fuel only. He didn't change any tires. Everybody else changed tires.
It's an interesting play, but honestly...
I mean, they ran...
that quick. It's 67 laps left here, Austin. You kind of have to start playing your hand and taking some swings at the strategy. You really don't know how long you have to get up here, and it seems like it's been a little hard to get through the field. There's not a lot of cars that were on the lead lap. There are going to be more now that they're taking the wave around. Might not be the bad way to go.
Yeah, this will make it 14 cars on the lead lap. And only 2 will be 1 lap down. Then we'll have 2 laps down. But that's Randy Waugh, Abby Powell will be 1 lap down. And let's see, it's Brian Ellisor and 144 of Magoo that will be 2 laps down. As we get to make it off of turn 4. Pace car is off. We are getting ready to go back green here at Texas Motor Speedway. 67 laps to go at the line, and we are green as Miller leads us down. Oh, not a great start from the 86. That 18 gets right to his outside. Tyler going to be looking to take the lead right back off of the restart.
See, Malin gets the advantage. Looks like he does on the 86, so put that 18 back on the point. But don't look now. KJ is back with the leader here, and he's going to be hungry for this lead. He's tracking with the 86. We'll see if he tries to reel him in.
Yeah, and the 03 of HB Hardee, he's also right there where he's been all night. He's up to 4th. 28 right behind him, and then Brian Voiles, Ricky J back in 7th.
From 68 of Brian Voiles to the inside, that 28 of Mac Daddy. A little bit of an aggressive move here by Voiles. It's getting to that time. It's starting to hit crunch time. These guys gotta start making some moves. Voiles made a pretty big dive in 3 and 4, side by side with the 28 here. We'll see if he gets the edge. Should be entering into turn 1.
Yeah, we definitely are going to see the aggression going up. We already have. It's go time for these guys, as Miller is not leaving Tyler alone for this lead. There goes the 03 going for 3rd on Kilojoules. He's going to get it with
in
these.
that 3rd spot. This is something I've been curious about, though, is that Tyler Mallon, as the A6 gets the inside, that 18 car hasn't really led tonight. We don't really know how fast it is, and you see the 86 passing him. 18's trying to stay with him. Doesn't seem like he's got the car to do it. 86 does it. Miller does that on old tires. Here comes HB Hardee to the inside on the 18. I do 86, not old tires, but a few laps old tires.
Yeah, and the 03 also gets right around the 18. I mentioned earlier, the 18, I'd kind of been keeping an eye on him back there because, I mean, we know how fast he usually is. It seemed like he was struggling a little bit at the start of runs, as we're seeing right now, but he would definitely get it dialed in for the end of runs. I don't know if maybe it's just too loose at the start of a run, and once it finally tightens up, he can really fly. That kind of looks to be the issue. He's just slipping up the track, trying to keep control of that car through the center of the corner. Can't keep it on that white line. And that's what's really killing his momentum through the center of the corner. He just can't carry it all down the straightaways, and now he's getting pressure from Brian Voiles and that 68 machine right behind him.
Yeah, Brian Voiles could be all over the back of this 18 machine here, and Brian Voiles has been picking up some speed here since his restart, and you see he's got that nose just to the inside of the 18. He'll try swooping up high, use all of the track that he can just to get that keep that momentum up. As we're watching this too, 03 HB Hardee staying right with the 86 here, but can't really seem to make that final step to getting to his back bumper. Miller hanging on to this lead for the moment, but we'll see if that tire differential evens itself out or if it gets worse as the run goes on. Craddock getting to the inside the 088 for Greg Lovell. That's for the 10th spot. Gonna be side by side with him going into 1. Put Craddock up to 10th position. Slowly making his way back through the field here after getting up front earlier and kind of losing it in all that pit shuffle. Still kind of mired back in the field trying to make up some ground.
Yeah, Craddock lost his track position when he slid onto pit road sideways at the first green flag pit stop, and it's hard to pass, and strategies have been different. So yeah, once you lose that track position, it is hard to get back. We've figured that out. I mean, Ricky J, he's still stuck in 7th. So
Ooh, 28, Mac Daddy had a big bobble there off turn 2. See if that helps Ricky J catch him, but Ricky J is still stuck in the 7th spot. After dominating the first half of the race, just been kind of trying to find areas to patch up the cracks, and right now trying to size up the 28 of Keith McLaren here, see if we can get him. But as he's doing this, Silver Bullet and Nelly having a great fight here for position. Silver Bullet gonna take it, Nelly gotta take it. Silver Bullet dropping back here. Craddock gets the inside. Greg Lovell might challenge him for position here. I'm seeing a lot of guys all coming together here that at some point tonight, one time or another, have been like, oh, look at them, they're getting fast. And now they're all just stuck together on track, Austin.
yeah, I mean, the tale of 2 races really at this point. Oh man, the 33 got sideways, but he didn't want to cause a caution. Just locked it down. Used up those freshies as soon as he got him off of pit road.
In chat, William Page asking, where is Joe and what did you do with him?
We threw Joe into the forest in Connecticut, and that's where he is. If you want to get him, there you go. He's somewhere in Connecticut.
Oh, there's a caution.
We have a
now
caution
on track at 21 of Randy Waugh again.
Oh, looks like the same spot bit him again. And just couldn't hang on to it down the backstretch. That adds
That was
just...
a long one, too.
Yes! All the way down the backstretch. As you'll see here, he'll be coming off of turn 2, and it just slowly steps out until it can't catch it anymore. Gets the outside wall, and we'll find the inside wall for good measure.
Yeah, I think that first one there was definitely just the car getting upset, but I think the second one here, with how long that took, that was definitely that loss of rear downforce definitely kept the rear of the car from planting down like it needed to. Just turned into a very long, listful slide. As everyone going to come down pit road here, we're probably not in our pit window yet, are we?
No, we're still gonna have to pit one more time. It'll just... Ricky, this really adds an interesting layer to this race, because I tell you what, if you short pit like Mac Daddy had been doing, pit 25 laps into a run, I think that could work. I think the undercut's going to be the favorable strategy here. But it's going to be interesting. It looks like the 18... Oh, it's going to be a photo finish! Oh, he had to slow down because the 68 spun trying to get into his stall. Oh no! We were gearing up for a photo finish for the lead. And the 86 had to slow down, but the 03 beat them both, so it didn't matter anyway. The 03 HB Hardee gonna come off a pit road with the lead. Oh, Ricky, this race just keeps on giving.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with this 03 car, because Hardee been pretty much perennially in second or third for most of this race, with the exception of that big field shuffle a couple of laps back during the last caution. He's been kind of always in that second or third spot, so it'll be interesting to see how this car handles being in front of everyone, getting to dictate the field a little bit. It's definitely a little hard to make that jump from second to first, I've noticed, with everyone out there tonight. It's such a fast track. These guys are running such high speeds, and it's just that guy up front. You got to make sure that's a calculated move. These guys are all just staying completely on it, and you really need someone to mess up in front of you. So we'll see how this works out for Hardee here, but, I'd want to be leading with 40-something laps to go.
Yeah, I think so too. And looking more into this pit road incident, the 28 got some damage here as the 68, he overshot his stall and his car was kind of hanging out of his stall. The 28 pits right in front of the 68, and Mac Daddy got some pretty hefty damage. The 68 did as well in this run-in on pit road.
That might be tough for both those guys. You definitely don't want damage on that car. It's going to hurt that downforce.
Yeah, and they both made an extra stop as well. The 28 just getting off of pit road for the final time now, as lights should go out when we cross the checkered stripe across the front straightaway here momentarily. But yeah, just what a race we've had so far. And Ricky, there's still 53 laps to go. I mean, this race has just been incredible so far, and I can't wait to see what this last 53 has in store for us as well.
One lap to green. HB Hardee going to be lead. Tyler Mallon is back in the second.
See if that 18 team adjusted that car any from what Tyler had to say after that restart, or maybe they didn't want to touch it. Maybe they wanted to leave it, expecting a long run here to the end. You never know. We will see what this team has in store. I mean, this whole top 5 has race-winning speed, I think, here, Ricky. So I just can't wait to see how this one plays out. We're going to restart with 52 laps remaining. The 03 of HB Hardee leading us down. Off of the racing surface. Fans on their feet. Even at home, I think the fans are on their feet. We're back to racing here, Texas Motor Speedway. The 18, a great jump right on the back bumper, that 03 of HB Hardee. Essentially pushing him down into turn 1, but that 03 hits the gas. Puts a car length on the 18 as they make their way down the back chute. Guys all over the place coming off of turn 2. Side by side for 8th, Silver Bullet and Nelly.
The 18 get a big pressure from that 86 car of Miller. He knows he's got to move here to stay with this 18.
Yeah, and the 03 loves to see that in his mirror as Tyler loses a little bit of time in the middle of the corner. And the 86 a little sideways on exit. That's going to allow Ricky J to his inside. We've got a battle for 3rd. The 93 drives it deep into that 3rd corner, right up to the back bumper of the 18, and now the 86 might be threatening on the outside of Tyler.
Oh,
we might go 3 wide.
Almost for 3rd position. They're getting racy here.
If it wasn't go time earlier, it definitely is now, Ricky. The 86 powers around the 18 on that outside line. Look at that. Put Miller into the 2nd position. Oh, and right up to the 03's back bumper. Miller is on a mission. Greg Lovell around kilojoules for that 5th position. Rick Craddock going to follow as well. Ricky J going to duck to the inside. Thought about it. To the inside of the 18. Not going to make a move just yet. And Miller also has to cool it down. He very well could have been overheating his tires a little bit there. He was driving it so hard, and now the 93 gets to the inside of Tyler. Side by side for 3rd as they go through 1 and 2. And Maloney just can't hold that outside. So tough to hold someone off. I don't know how Miller made that pass on the outside.
Oh, 22 almost got wide there. The 4 Silver Bullet to the inside. They're still side by side for that 6th spot.
Craddock is going to get around the 4, or more like maintain, and he makes a move to the inside of the 88.
What a hustle by Rick Craddock there. Oh, Greg Lovell almost got into the 20. Almost got to the 18, I mean. Side by side here coming off turn 2. I think Craddock's going to have the preferred line, but Greg Lovell doing a good job holding tight here. That gives Tyler Mallon just a little bit of a saving grace. But you see the 86 on Miller to the inside, the 03 making the pass here for the lead. Put Miller back up front.
Just flies by the 03 of HB Hardee, and now pressured from Ricky J for that 2nd position. Man, Miller, I don't know what the team has done to that 86 car, but I tell you what, he is flying. And Mallon is starting to keep up with these guys too. They're not driving away from him like they were just a few laps ago. But he's got pressure from Craddock. I mean, Ricky, this is just awesome.
Fantastic racing here as we're clicking away the laps.
45 laps to go here for the 2nd annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race. These guys giving you everything that you didn't pay for. To the
Rick
inside.
Craddock going to try to size up on this 18. Tyler Mallon again gets side by side with him. Silver Bullet going to try to push him. Clears that 18. Ooh. Silver Bullet going to try to come with him. Looks like he might do it. And here comes Nelly in that 7th spot, also trying to challenge Mallon. Tyler Mallon, that 18 car has just been having some handling issues all night. And definitely got up here on strategy. I just don't think he's got the raw speed right now.
Yeah, just early in the run, that 18 just isn't quite as dialed in as it is 20 laps into a run. So we'll see if he's able to bring that car to life here maybe in about 10 laps. Oh, no! Around goes goes Silver Bullet. Everyone's
Oh,
gonna miss him. No,
68
they're
to do
not.
it. Bullets flipping. Oh, 29 also around.
Oh. Kilojoules and Brian Voiles also involved. I mean, it's just the accordion effect. And we have our 5th caution of the night.
Some good cars, too.
Yeah, that is a shame to see them wadded up, but with how hard these guys were racing, can you say you were surprised? I don't think you can. As we'll
Now,
see
did
the
this
replay
Ford make
here.
contact with anyone?
He did not. He just got loose, got a little help from Nelly, and then it was the accordion effect on back. Voiles got into the 29, or excuse me, the 28, the 028, and yeah, just caught up a few more cars there. But yeah, I can't believe everyone was pretty much missing that spinning 4 car. See Voiles here. Yeah, everyone checks up and he just can't quite get slowed up. I mean, it's so hard to make a decision. And everyone's going high, so you think you can just slip by down low. Just a tough chain of events for these guys. Some very good race cars caught up in it, and everybody will be hitting pit road.
Burning 4 tires of fuel. I think they're still outside of their window right now, though. So if this runs to the end, this could get a little bit get a little sketchy in terms of what the strategy is for the next half.
Yeah, if you run it dry, you'd have to pit with about 10 to go. Well, I guess it'll be a little less since we still got some caution laps to tick away here, but yeah, 8 to 10 to go is where you'd have to pit, and that 03 car, the 93 is going to get the lead, I believe. Ricky J, that first pit stall coming in clutch, and Miller just edges out the 03 for that 2nd spot. But Ricky J, your named twin is going to be back out front to lead us back to green.
Ricky
We're
J,
going to have under
Ricky,
40 to go.
Ricky Ray.
Yeah, I about got myself really, really confused saying your name right after I said it. But man, I mean, these guys have put on an awesome show tonight, and it's only going to continue as we get into the closing stage of this race. Man, I just can't imagine the nerves these guys got to be going through right now. I mean, this has been a crazy race through and through. Now we get another restart. We should be restarting with, I'm going to assume 39 to go is when we should get the green next. 39 to go.
Right outside of that window.
Yeah, so these guys would be able to go they'd probably have to pit with 8 or 9 to go, but obviously I expect these guys to try and split it in half. We don't have I don't believe we have overtime to worry about or anything like that. So
no overtime.
Yeah, so you know, there's no extra strategy. You know what number you need to hit. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't even be surprised if these guys pit in 15 laps, and you just got to hope you don't get a caution, obviously. That's the only risk you take there, but yeah, I think this is going to be very interesting when these guys choose to take that final pit stop of the evening. Once again, upcoming races here on JTN, the Fuel Grand National Series. Next week, Wednesday, 9 days from this evening, 9 o'clock, you can expect us to be at Homestead Miami Speedway. And then the next day, Thursday evening, Hobo Outlaws at Nashville. That's at 8:50 p.m. Eastern. And then the Return of the Maverick Cup Series, the penultimate race of the season at the Phoenix Raceway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be at that one, I can tell you that much. The Maverick Cup Series. winding down the 2024 calendar for us here live on JTN. Folks, make sure you subscribe. Want to tune into all these races. We bring the action for you here as often as we can. Hit that like button. I see we broke double digits. That is fantastic. Keep liking it up as we are ready for what is sure to be an exciting conclusion to the second annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Thank you to the Bomb Squad Racing Team, Racing League, maybe, for putting this on. Great event. As I mentioned earlier, wife Jeannie, Uncle Phil, and the rest of the family supporting. Just a big group of support in memory of Danny, and see if his son HB can pull out all the stops here as we come to 39 laps to go to get the final restart. Looking to go back-to-back in this race. Would be very special for that family if he could do it. But he's got a lot of competition ahead. Ricky J brings us down. We're back underway here at Texas Motor Speedway. A good jump for that 93 machine, as we've seen all night when he's led us to green. Top 4, top 5 actually fairly spaced out the calm before the storm, as Tyler might have made a couple adjustments to that car to make it better in the short run. He's jumping to the inside for 5th on Nelly. He's going to be able to make the pass here. Put that 18 in 5th. And side by side for 6th as well. Nelly going to lose that position. How about Abby Powell, a lap down, maybe 30 laps ago in that Pontiac G6. You know I love those Pontiacs. Making them look good here, up to 6th position in that 81
The car is indeed fly like a G6, as the kids would say.
That's what they're saying.
That is
That's
exactly what they're saying. As Ricky J getting a challenge from that 86 of Miller, you can see that 86 is running a little lower on track than that 193 car. We saw this earlier, though, with Hardee. Trying to track that 93 was that Ricky J runs a little bit off that white line, just a hair off of it, like an eighth of a car off of it, while everyone else seems to be running right on that white line. But it seems like that car still gets all the drive off it needs without actually hitting that bottom. So we'll see if Miller can do a better job at making that move around the 93. 03 at Hardee would definitely probably making some adjustments here to see if he can get back at some of that speed with these guys. Has good short run speed, but keeps kind of losing some on that long run. Rick Craddock, though, in that 22 car, we talked about Rick Craddock here, there, and everywhere tonight. And here he is right back up in that 4th spot, challenging these guys. Trying to get by the 03 car, HB Hardee, who's been one of the fastest cars on track all night.
Yeah, and Abby Powell took a look to the inside. Just a peek of the 18 down the backstretch. Wasn't able to make a move.
Now he's going to the inside of Powell here. Powell's not going to make that move on the 18.
Yeah, Nelly right to the inside and right through. And here comes the 28 as well. Mac Daddy to the inside. Looks like that pressure.
For just a little bit. That guy got loose. He had to check up. You see Greg Lovell. Almost gives him a big push into the back of the 181. How's that for inputs out of me?
Yeah, close call for sure. But it definitely urging signs that 20 doesn't seem to be affected by the damages on that little pit road incident. As
Hardee got inside the 86 up here, made the move. Rick Craddock following.
Yeah, surprises that 86 losing that position, but I tell you, these top 4 are all running their fastest laps of the race right now. I mean, these guys are giving it everything they've got, and why not? Because you know, it's not going to be worth running the car out of fuel. The pit stop's going to be coming here in 10, 12 laps maybe. You got to just give it everything you got. Screw tire saving. You don't have to do that. As we got some moves being made. Tyler's going to lose a few positions here. Nelly goes by as well as Mac Daddy. Now Mac Daddy look at the inside of Nelly. Back of
the
him.
20, Keith McClain. Making sure we keep the cameras on here. He's making some moves with these guys. That car's a little, just a skosh loose, I would say.
I would agree, but you know what? Evan Williams loving that TV time. That's what they pay to be on that car for. And I tell you what, probably gonna get a few purchases out of them. As that 18 now is dropped back to 9th position. Just not what you expect out of the 18. Probably been trying to work on that car all night and just haven't been able to find the answer. As Ricky J, he's liking what he's seeing in his mirror. These guys racing each other. He's holding a steady buffer between himself and H.P. Hardee. But it looks like that 03 might be closing it up now, just as I say that.
Hardee and Craddock have both been consistently fast for Ricky J the last few times around. 03 was about a quarter of a second behind last time by what it is when they hit the line in here, but you can visibly see that he's starting to truck in a little bit.
Yeah, about a car length and a half, and closes up by about 6/100ths of a second there. And Craddock is essentially pushing the 03 as well. Gets off of him a little bit there after exiting turn 2, but yeah, those two were almost essentially hooked up for a couple laps. And now that 03 is really starting to make that ground. Faster once again, this time a little bit less, but still, I mean, we got the top 4, top 5 almost under a blanket here with under 30 to go.
Craddock gives that 03 another push. They might actually be able to challenge us 93. I think, just a little bit of coercion here might help them get on by that 193. But I don't know. HP Hardee might not need it right now as he's tracked down. Ricky J, he is right in the back bumper of that Voiles trucking forward. As they're coming into turn 1, we'll see if he tries to make that move. He doesn't yet, but you see him kind of looking a little bit to the outside. You can see how much that car is cornering right now compared to the 93.
Yeah, that 03 is hooked up, Ricky.
Looking to the inside just a little bit, but he decides against it for the moment. He's got to be careful about this, though, because Rick Craddock's looking to the inside on him. Craddock's got a good car. I think he's going to use that draft on the 193 to get ahead, but you saw it. The 22 got underneath him there, and that kind of stumbled him up. Gave Ricky J just a little bit of breathing room. You don't want to do that long term. If that 22 car is fast, you want to make sure you're passing this leader before he can, someone else can get a chance to pass you.
Yeah, it looked like what happened is that 03, he hesitated just a little bit to make a move going into turn 3 last lap. That really hurt his momentum, and the 22 took advantage of it, but Hardee defended really well.
193 wiggled just a little bit. That's going to give That's going to give HP Hardee the run on the inside here, side by side going into turn number 1. Put that 03 car back on point.
Looking just like it did a year ago, Ricky. The 03 out front. Would love to win this race again for his father. As we've got 29 laps to go, or I can't do math, 26 laps to go. We're coming to get 25. When does that window open? When does someone take that chance and hit pit road?
Oh, really? The opportunity's open at any time, but you got to think with how hard these guys were racing up here. Is there a chance of a caution as you see the 22 get to the inside of the 93 machine? There's always a chance, and if these guys are racing each other as hard as they are right now, it just takes 2 to get together, and you got a bit of a slidey wrecky situation going on.
Yeah, you got to wonder, and how about Ricky J? He's kind of holding his own, trying to hold off that 22 of Rick Craddock, and HP Hardee, he's just smiling at this in his mirror, and look at that, Ricky J, he's clear, he held off that 22 machine.
It seems like Ricky J is is losing the bottom more as this run goes on. As you saw that big bobble when he was in front of the 03, that car is just not holding on the bottom like it did earlier. But I think right there with the 22, what helped him with Craddock was the 86 went up high, so he had drafting help even if he wasn't in the preferred line. So Rick Craddock gonna have to regroup here and try to pass the 93 again. But Ricky J staying with that 03, all things considered, finding grip where he can find grip here, but.
Yeah, running that higher line, it's almost giving him more momentum, and that car's seeming to stable out a little bit more when he runs a little bit higher. It's very interesting. It's set up like no one else's is here tonight, and I noticed in these lap times we're starting to get 3-4 tenths off of what we're running at the start of a run, so that fall off will exponentially increase, and I can't wait to see when someone dives down onto pit road. Who will it be? Will it be someone a little further back in the field? The 18, the 103 maybe. Taking a chance, trying to get that big undercut. I mean, who knows? The 18 got by Greg Lovell that lap. He is actually the fastest on track right now. He's still running regular lap times. The 18 is flying right now.
Yeah, Tyler Mallon found something here last few times by. I think what's helping him too is that he's been tracking down the 103 and Nelly. That draft means a lot here, but I'm thinking we're seeing something here that the draft is very useful for these guys.
The 86 had a
just
big
even
moment
with
there.
this being a throttle off mile and a half and with these tires wearing it, is that you can still kind of use the draft to suck up to people and to push a little bit. And Tyler Mallon just used that to get on by the 103 car, put him back on to spot number 5. That car's starting to come back to life.
Yeah, he's catching this lead group. He's a few tenths quicker every lap. And I tell you what, these guys are falling off they've fallen off another tenth here in the last few laps. Pitting has got to start racking on their minds.
You think anyone got enough to save it? There's any
No.
thought with anyone out in this field like, what if I start clutching it?
I don't know. At least in this top 6 or 7, no way. They're running way too hard to make it. But I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the guys further back. We actually have Silver Bullet on pit road. He is the last car on the lead lap. We'll see what he's able to gain out of it when everyone else pits. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to everyone else quite as much with all this race we have up front. As Mallon gets by Mac Daddy, he's into 5th. I mean, he's flying.
Ryan Voiles coming down to pit road, almost spun it. Got very, very sideways, but stayed with it. We're still green. Oh, made contact with the back. Rick Craddock goes sideways and noses into the wall.
Oh,
this
back
is a
up
big
the
one.
track in front of Nelly. And you know what? I guess it's a good thing those guys hadn't pitted yet, because here you go.
What a tough break for Rick Craddock. That car has been great all night, been making its way up through the field constantly, has been in contention to win all night, and just
It's a tough break, as you'll see here coming off of the corner. He's going to get a little
steps out
loose,
a little bit.
and the 86 gets to his outside, and just as he corrects it, goes back up into the 86 where that hole was filled, finds the inside wall and the outside as well. Nelly with not much room to go either. That is just a tough break. Rick Craddock so fast here this evening. Obviously not over, but we've seen how hard it is to make up that track position. You see again, just very unfortunate. But
Fortunate for Craddock, we'll kind of shuffle up this top grouping as they're all come down pit road for what should be their last round of pit stops here. Tyler Mallon got into that 3rd spot in that whole shuffle.
yeah, the big winner there is that 18 machine, and we'll see what can the pit crews do. Does anyone take 2 tires? Who knows what the right call will be. We're going to find out here shortly enough. I'm watching for 2 tires, but I'm not seeing it happen. The 03, is he going to beat the 18? He can't quite, it doesn't matter. Ricky J, once again, the first pit stall, doing him favors here. It'll be Ricky J, Tyler Mallon, the 03 of HB Hardee, and then I believe Mac Daddy got out 4th, 5th? How about Kilojoules? Back to 5th. Miller comes off 6th. We are gearing up for an instant classic here, Ricky. I mean, this is going to be awesome. Let the lapped cars pit this time, and then we'll have one more time around. So we're going to be restarting in the teens here. And that'll even be before a real big drop-off in tire wear and everything. So, I mean, we're going to see a straight run to the finish, balls to the wall, give it everything you got. And you know what? I'm not even sure that we'll see that this will be our last caution. Ricky, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, never say never.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer, I think. I am not sure that this will be our last restart. can just feel the tension in the air here, Ricky. Whole state of Texas, whole country, as I mentioned at the top of the show. I think every country, you can feel the tension coming down to this one. Should get the 1 to green here. That would put us in position to restart with or not 100. Gonna put us in a position to restart with 13 laps to go, I believe. Good number. Hey, Tommy Bordeaux in chat, friend of the channel, friend of the show. Saying hello, America. "13 laps to go. That will be the magic number. 13 clean laps. What these guys will be hoping for. Will all come down to this restart. Ricky, what do you think? That 18 has struggled on short runs all night. Do you think you just throw a bunch of tape on there and hope for the best, or what do you do on that pit stop there to try and get the best out of the short run you can?
I think you just gotta throw a fuckload of tape on there.
What'd you just say?
Oh, what did I say?
Oh, Ricky,
Ooh.
no!
I didn't say that.
No!
Whoops.
That's like, you gotta put a $2 bill in the jar, Ricky. Oh my goodness!
Well, Joe somewhere in the middle of Connecticut just got shivered down his back. He's not really sure why. My apologies on that. 11 p.m. here on the East Coast. Here, having a great time here, folks, tonight on JTN. Going to be coming back. Austin, you want to take us back to this?
Yeah. I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if Joe doesn't tape your mouth shut here after that one. We're back to green flag racing here in Texas. Ricky J gets us back underway. Some wheel spin from the 18. He's in the wall to the inside.
Oh, the 66 around in the grass. Terry Scott. See if that brings out the caution.
He's off
it
the
doesn't.
racing
We'll
surface.
stay green.
Yeah, we stay green, and Ricky J couldn't be smiling any bigger. He's out to a big lead. Oh no! The
28 down the inside wall.
What is happening? He's around on the apron.
No caution.
We still stay green. What is happening?
No caution. We're still green. I guess the rule tonight is you keep it on the apron. We stay green, so we ball.
We ball. Ricky J out front, but look at that 03. He made that gap go away in a heartbeat. Tyler all over his back bumper, slides up the racetrack a little bit. Kilojoules looking to pounce. 11 laps to go. This top 4, throw a blanket on him. Oh, the 93 stepping out a little. Here comes Hardee. He's got some momentum down the back straightaway. Not going to make the move going into turn 3, but right on that back bumper. '93 gets it back a little bit under control. They're through 3 and 4. But I tell you what, all 4 of these guys, all 4 of them just ran their fastest laps of the race, all in the 27-second bracket. It's the TWB 10 to go here from Texas. And to the outside goes Kilojoules on the 18. He's not going to make that move, though, on corner entry.
How about KJ here? Just caught in the last caution that we had and somehow already back up into that 4th spot. That 029 car is here to party, and he will not be denied.
Yeah, unfortunate to be caught up in that incident, and here he is. Oh, the 93 wiggles! Here comes the 03!
Here comes the 03 of Hardee!
All 3 of the rest of the top 4 past that 93 machine, and here goes the 29 around into the outside wall. That's a caution. And we will have another restart as he slides down the track, giving it all he had, running on the edge, and just loops it.
Oh, looks like you went to the outside that 18 and the car just stepped out, being up in the marbles there.
Yeah, tough angle to get into the corner there for that 29 machine. You'll see it here, just steps out on entry, and when it steps out like that, Ricky, I mean, you can't get that car back. As soon as it starts going a little bit sideways, it's out from under you for good.
How about that pass for position, though, there? Ricky J, no contact on that either. Ricky J, the rear end just kind of stepped out again, but it almost looked like that 03 hit the Intimidator button. And just caught the 193, caught the apron with them racing close together there and got loose, gave Hardee the opening that he needed to blow on by, and gonna be sitting quite pretty here for this last restart.
This is going to be interesting. No one comes down pit road. No one up front anyway. But the 103 and the 86 do. Ricky, do you think there's going to be any effect there? One heat cycle on the tires, plus we got, what, 5-6 laps of green flag racing on these tires. Do you think there's going to be anything to look for there?
I mean, you never know. You never know. I would really, with this Texas, I really wouldn't put it past it being a viable strategy. A lot of guys have spun around, some guys have damage. You know, it's possible.
Yeah, we'll see how the lineup shakes out. Nelly just edges Miller off of pit road. They're going to be lining up 8th and 9th, so that's a lot of cars to pass, especially given we'll probably only have 3 to go, 4 to go maybe. I think 4 to go is where we're going to be. Yeah, very interested to see how this will shake out. And I mean, another thing that's got to be in the back of your head, if we get another caution, this thing's over.
That's going to be a lot of these guys are going to be thinking about that, because honestly, like anything could throw that. We could get back going here, and someone could spin on that restart, spin the tires, and just go around, and that would be race. These guys are going to be making sure that they are right there and taking everything and anything that they can to get some kind of advantage.
Light's still on, so we should be restarting with 4 to go here this evening. I mean, could you ask for any better of a finish? I mean, this race has had everything from start to finish, action-packed. I mean, what a treat we've had tonight. You fans at home have had tonight. Like and subscribe if you haven't already for more racing like this right here on JTN. I mean, just everything. This race means so much to everybody in this server and everyone watching. So many more in the NR community. As we slowly roll through 3 and 4, I mean, this got to be painful for these guys up front under so much pressure. And speaking of, how about that 81 of Abby Powell into the 4th position, 5th Greg Lovell, Jeff Goodpaster even in 6th. He was a lap down not 30 or 40 laps ago. Silver Bullet in 7th, and then the guys with freshies, Nelly Miller, Terry Scott, Brian Voiles, Rick Craddock, they all pitted. They're all on fresh tires. Oh, Rick Craddock's a lap down. But they're all on fresh tires. I mean, I don't know what to expect here. If we go green and these guys race each other extra hard, I don't know if there will be enough time or not. We're going to have 4 laps to go when we get the green flag. So I think it all depends on if we keep it green and how much wear and how much a heat cycle will do to the guys in the top 7 that did not get tires. HB Hardee, the 03, been up front all night. In second, the 18 of Tyler, been up front for the whole second half of this race. Faded a little bit on short run, but he seemed like he really had it put together there in the last few laps. Ricky J, been one of the dominant cars all night. Abby Powell, Greg Lovell, your top 5. We come off a turn 4 down the front straightaway. Green flag in hand. 4 laps of racing to go, and we're underway. Abby Powell spinning the tires, spinning around through the grass. Greg Lovell tries to save it, and he goes around.
This is probably going to be the
We're
race
under
here.
caution.
Caution's out.
That's probably going to be the race.
AT Tyler Mountain looks to the inside of the 03. 193 Ricky J. Look at that 193 coming to the inside of the 03.
Hardee blocks, but the 93 on the inside. Mallon trying to use that outside lane. He just can't quite get the momentum.
He's getting to the inside
Oh,
of the 03.
Hardee!
Wiggles side
He
by
slides
side
up.
coming through the
They're
trial.
side by side, and Hardee going to take the yellow flag first and will win the second annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race. His second win of this race for his father. And what a way to do it. I know didn't quite get all the racing in, but holy cow, what a way to hold off those two. Oh my goodness. We got to see what happened here. Looked like pretty classic stuff. Just on cold, old tires that have heat cycled and just hard to get a good launch. Greg Lovell taking a couple big hits here as he spun back up in front of everybody. Just tough situation on the front stretch there. Really, really hard to restart on these old, cold tires. As the 81 spun to the inside and Lovell comes back up the track into, I believe that's Nelly. It takes the first contact, and then Brian Voiles with nowhere to go. Voiles also collects Magoo. But man, what a scene, what a night for that Hardee family. Beautiful memorial race, and topping it off, HB getting his second win in this race in the second time it's been ran. Good birthday present for Danny here this evening, as we just have to get through the formality of things now. We've got 2 to go. We're going to get the Death Craver white flag here coming up shortly. See, these guys are beating and banging all the way to the finish.
Beating and banging indeed.
We get the white flag here. Death Craver 1 to go. And a very fitting end to the evening, just how we started with the beautiful parade lap led by the Moment of Silence. That 03 pacing the field during happy hour at the start of our show. And he will be pacing them to the checkered flag as well. A great end to such a special evening for this Hardee family. And I can imagine all the family watching at home, Uncle Phil, wife Jeannie, and everybody's got to be so proud of that 03 machine to be taking the checkered flag in this race once again. Ricky, to go 2-2 in such a special race, that's pretty big.
That is huge. I think that HB is just ecstatic right now.
Making our way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time this evening. all of the fans on their feet. The 03 of HB Hardee down the front straightaway for the final time. He will take the checkered flag behind the pace car. HB Hardee, your winner here in the second annual Danny Hardee Memorial Race. And what a big celebration it will be. We'll get to talk to your top three here in just a few moments. Talking to Tyler, Ricky J, and obviously your winner HB Hardee here in a few moments. But Ricky, I mean, this race, I keep saying it, I sound like a broken record, but I mean, 167 laps of pretty much non-stop action. I mean, this race had everything.
Yeah, strategy, just action. Wrecks, chaos, triumph. Just fantastic race. Great show always by these guys here every week. And tonight, no different.
Yeah, no different indeed. Just wonderful event and wonderful outcome as well. HB Hardee going back-to-back, 2 for 2 in the Danny Hardee Memorial Race. Says, sure, we will see a big celebration here on the front straightaway as they roll around. HB Hardee, the 03 machine, your winner here this evening at the Texas Motor Speedway. Oh, he blew it up. HB Hardee with a wonderful celebration. He blew the engine. Might have wanted to keep that one for next year as well, but hey, you know, if they can build a winning car, they can just do it again, I'm sure. Wonderful end to the evening here. And a fantastic race. You see the post-race results on your screen now. HB Hardee, Ricky J, Tyler, Jeffrey Pastor, excuse me. How about him in the top 5? I mean, he was a lap or two down with like 40 to go. What a rebound for that team in the 33. Miller in 5th, Silver Bullet 6th, Nelly 7th, Terry Scott rebounding to 8th, Greg Lovell 9th, and Killjoules still getting a top 10 after a painful ending to how good he was for a majority of this race, back-to-back incidents. But we're going to take in our winner of a very special event here this evening, HB Hardee, getting it done. HB 2 for 2 now in what is such a special race, I know, especially to you and your family. I mean, just what are you feeling in this moment to get it done again?
Awesome. I mean, I can't really describe it. I could lose or wreck every race all year long and win this one and be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I figure. I mean, I know it's got to be a lot of emotions, especially going through. I mean, restart after restart, a lot of green flag runs, a lot of management and tire saving. Then all of a sudden, you got to just go for it real hard. Just take me through those last couple restarts. Ended up getting the lead there after racing the 93 a lot. I mean, just what was going through your mind there through the closing stages of this race, and then especially once that caution came out on the final restart.
So my car was really set up for long run. So it was hard trying to find a balance as the laps dwindled down between pushing it to stay competitive and saving tires, because Texas is a really bad tire eater. But as the laps kind of dwindled down, I knew I had a pretty moderate short run setup as well when I went in and made some changes. So the last one was just hoping that with the tires being as cold as they are and have a little bit of wear on them, that they would have enough grip to hold, and they did. So
Yeah, and that was just an incredible job, and yeah, going back to back, just special. Anyone you want to thank, shout out. I know you got a long list of partners that help out with that 03 car, so go ahead, floor is yours.
I appreciate you guys for putting this on. I still find myself going back and watching the race from last year just to reminisce, just because these events are so special to me. So to have 2 years now of these events to go back and listen and watch and just kind of indulge in is phenomenal. I got a lot of family members that are watching because of it being such a special family event. My sisters, my girlfriend Megan, you guys are watching, have been watching the whole time, as well as a bunch of my work buddies. My PPR2 boys, KJ really helped me with getting the car set up the way I wanted. He was phenomenal in kind of helping me tweak through what exactly needed to be done to put me in the position to win and win. And BSR as a whole, I've been a part of this place for back when I was in college, which was a long time ago. And I know this place had a really special near and dear place in my dad's heart. So to be able to come in and participate in an event like this with these guys that was so near and dear to my family, I can't put it into words.
Well, we certainly thank you for what you've done here this evening. I mean, you guys put on a great show, and great to hear you have such a support around you and your family coming together. I mean, it's truly amazing how special it is, and even not being personally close to your father, I've been in this community for a long time, and I mean, everyone who runs this game, especially online, knows the impact he had on the community and the love he had for the community and everything. So great to hear how big it is and how much support there is, and congratulations again on getting it done here, 2 for 2 in the Memorial race. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, JTN as a whole. Thank you.
Your winner, HB Hardee, getting it done once again here at Texas. I mean, I can't imagine how overcome with emotion he is, and especially knowing everybody's watching. I mean, that's just awesome. Now we'll talk to our second place finisher, Ricky J, the 93 machine, led us to green here this evening, lap number 1. And coming up just 1 place short, Ricky J, how you feeling after not quite being able to bring it home, but I mean, being out front for a lot of this one?
It feels really good. Also, I apologize in advance that my mic quality is probably bad because I'm on my phone. But yeah, it was really, really good. We knew there was going to be a lot of quick guys in here on the short run the 9, so I decided to play it, a little bit more aggressive and just try to keep track position. So it definitely roasted the tires there by the end of the run, but it was a lot of fun, hard racing up front. So I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we saw a lot of comers and goers, but I mean, you were essentially top 4 for the whole race. But what was going through your mind there? There were more cautions there towards the end, and especially when that caution came out on the very last restart. I mean, it was just such a crazy finish. What was going through your mind through all that?
Just hanging on for dear life, really. And sometimes when you're in the moment and you're doing it, you know you're there and you're in the moment, but it's very hard to process everything that's going on. So I just try my best to stay focused on the track, and it was one of those where once we got up to full song there and near the very end of the race, the car was just a little bit too free out front, and I'm not quite sure if that front end damage from that accident earlier was affecting it or not. So.
Yeah, definitely an up and down night for you, but overall, I mean, coming home second place. I know you got a lot of partners on that 93 machine. Floor is yours. Shout out all your sponsors.
I just want to say thank you to everyone here at BSR, and thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You guys do an amazing job. can't wait to go back and watch it. It's amazing that you guys are able to broadcast and put on these moments for us to go back and watch. Just want to give a shout out to Hezzy and the entire Hardee family for everything you do. And I know Danny's up there watching, very proud of what we've all done here today and for Hezzy. So just thank everybody here, and Brian and Kathy Boyles from Boyles Trucking, and Magoo and all the admins here at BSR, and just everyone here for making this possible. And I'm just glad to continue to be a part of it. So thank you all for that.
Yeah, thank you, Ricky, for your time, and congratulations on the second place. Know you would have liked to get it done, but I'm sure second place feels just as good. Thank you for joining us up here in the booth.
Thank you so much. I gave it my all, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. So I appreciate everything.
That's a good way to go out. Ricky J, your second place finisher here tonight. Now we will bring in our third place finisher, the number 18 machine, Tyler Mallon, coming in third place on the podium. Means you get to talk to us. That's great.
Yay!
How are you feeling after that one? I know you had kind of an up and down night. You seemed like you struggled. You didn't qualify super great, but it seemed like you struggled a little bit on short runs. So what went right for you guys to get up front and really make some noise there at the end?
Well, with the lack of track position we started with, what this team really needed was a really, really, really long run. And once we got that, I felt like we were able to take advantage of the long run car that we had and get back up into the top 5. But every time we got a caution, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. I got passed by 5 cars anyway, so it made no difference. But yeah, it was a lot of fun going out there. My main goal tonight was just not to get involved in any wrecks, as that's really the most important thing. And we got in one here last year, and that was the last thing we wanted to do. So goal fulfilled tonight, and got a pretty good finish out of it too.
Yeah, it kept it clean, that's for sure. I mean, there was a lot of chaos, especially the last half of that race, and crazy finish there. But yeah, that last restart, I mean, or sorry, not the last caution. The caution before the seas just kind of parted for you, and you ended up passing like 3 cars right as the caution came out. It flung you up into the second or third position there. What was going through your mind as you prepared for that last restart and that last restart there for the finish?
Well, I knew, because I like to run really tight cars, that short of a run wasn't going to favor me. So I tried to loosen it up, and I didn't loosen it up enough and started to burn the right front off of it. And I saw the 193 get into the wall in front of me and the 03, and we both shot on by, but then the caution came out immediately and let him catch back up, and then we had that awesome battle to the finish. So I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. That was really what was going through my mind, is holy crap, this is an awesome race between the 3 of us, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on a show tonight, and in such a big race. That's awesome to see with everybody watching. Now I want to give you the floor. Shout out all your supporters here this evening.
Well, first off, I want to shout out you guys for broadcasting. JTN always does a fantastic job. So if you're not subscribed to JTN and you're still watching, then do that. You should subscribe. I want to shout out Interstate Batteries for being on the car, everyone in BSR for racing and putting on such fantastic races every time we come here. And obviously, this race is for Danny Hardee, so I want to shout out the entire Hardee family. We did this for them, and we miss Danny a lot. He was a blast to race with and a blast to hang out with. So, yeah, we miss him dearly. And yeah, that's all I got for now.
All right. Well, thanks for taking your time coming up here to talk to us, and congrats on that third place finish. I'm sure we'll see you right back here next year in the same position, maybe even a couple further ahead. Who knows? Thank you for coming up and talking to us.
Is this the first time you and Ricky have done a BSR race?
This
I think
is
it is, yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't seen you guys here on Thursday nights, so yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I did one a long time ago, and that was, yeah, I don't remember it at all because it was a long time ago. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Tyler Mallon, your third place finisher here in the Danny Hardee Memorial Race here tonight. Ricky, that wraps up our evening. Any closing thoughts here tonight?
Yeah, just what a fantastic show. I mean, Texas always delivers, and we saw another fantastic Texas finish tonight here with Bomb Squad. These guys always put on some of the best racing out there on the circuit, so make sure to check these guys out if you're looking for some great NR racing.
Yeah, absolutely. A wonderful event at a wonderful track. And you know what, Ricky? Living in the Charlotte area myself now, I'm thinking about taking this race footage, marching over to the NASCAR headquarters, and just showing it to them and making them rebuild Texas. Because, yeah, what an event we were gifted tonight. Once again, final big shout out to the Hardee family, and rest in peace to Danny Hardee. The memorial race here tonight, won by his son, H.P. Hardee. Just another beautiful event put on by the Bomb Squad Racing League. And that will be it for us tonight. I do want to give a shout out to Joe, who is broadcasting remotely for us. This was not all my work, not all Ricky's work. Joe, behind the scenes, just not on the mic tonight. Grateful to be in his position for him this evening and have Ricky along my side to help me do so. Wouldn't be possible without Joe and Ricky as well. So that is it this evening. We thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. We'll see you November 6th on Wednesday, the next time we'll be live right here on JTN. Have a good night, everybody.
Three wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ricky J closing up off turn 4. He's going to have a run to the inside. He blocks into the grass. Checker's out. Hardee wins it.
Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploded dino juice here, Joe.
Down to the tunnel turn. These guys are throwing it through there and around to the back.
No.
The wall, as well as R.J. Bishop. Down in front of Keith Hughes. Oh, no! Big hit. R.J. Bishop. Oh, my God.
Big wreck.
Big crash into the wall.
Oh,
The leaders have wrecked. Ricky J is upside down. Magoo is hard in the wall. Tyler Mallon escapes with no damage. Everybody else in this main group, including Nelly, is junk.
Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact around. Napick goes on through the flip. Rich Napick's going to win the Culver Block 200 in thrilling fashion.